Most people think, tell me about yourself, is a boring question. They give a boring answer and the conversation dies in 10 seconds.
But what if I told you this one question is your golden ticket to making a real friend or landing your dream job? Today, we aren't just teaching you English words, we're teaching you how to tell your story so people actually listen.
Stay with us until the end because we're going to show you the past, present, future secret that makes introductions effortless. Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing really well, thank you. How about you?
I'm great. I'm excited about today's topic.
Me too. Let's talk about it together. And I'm Maya. We know that for many of you, introducing yourself feels like a test. Your heart beats fast, you forget your vocabulary, and you end up just saying, I am a student. Today, we are changing that.
In this lesson, we are going to role-play a deep introduction. Pay attention to how we describe our origins, not just as a location, but as a part of who we are. So Maya, to get us started today, why don't you tell me a bit about yourself, beyond just your job title?
That's a great way to put it, Alex. Well, I'm originally from a small coastal town where life moves a bit slower than it does here.
Oh, I can imagine. The sea breeze must have been lovely growing up there.
It really was, and I think that's why I'm such a calm person today.
Does your origin influence the work you do now as a teacher?
Absolutely, because back home, community was everything. Currently, I'm living in the city and working as an English language educator.
That's a big shift from a quiet coastal town.
It is, but I love the energy of the city and the diversity of the students I meet.
What would you say is the most challenging part of describing your job to others?
People often think I just teach grammar, but I see myself more as a bridge builder.
A bridge builder. I love that metaphor.
Yes, because I help people connect their culture to the rest of the world through English.
That's beautiful. Now, if I were to ask about your background, what shaped you the most?
I'd say my parents, who always encouraged me to be curious about other countries.
Curiosity is the fuel for learning any language, isn't it?
Exactly. And what about you, Alex? Where does your story begin?
My story starts in a busy industrial city, quite the opposite of your coastal home. I grew up surrounded by noise and people, always rushing to get somewhere.
Did that make you a fast-paced person?
Surprisingly, it made me appreciate the moments when I can slow down and talk to people.
That explains why you enjoy podcasting so much.
You're right. I've always been fascinated by how people communicate. Professionally, I've spent the last decade working in communication coaching.
A decade is a long time. You must have seen a lot of people struggle with introductions.
I have, and the biggest mistake is usually being too brief.
Like when someone just says, I'm an accountant, and stops there?
Exactly. I always tell them to add the why. Instead of I am an accountant, say I love numbers because they tell a story about a business.
That's such a powerful tip for our viewers to remember. It turns a dry fact into a spark for a real conversation.
Speaking of stories, what are you working on right now that excites you?
I'm actually developing a new course on emotional intelligence in English.
That sounds very relevant to our topic today.
It is, because knowing what to say is only half the battle. Knowing how to feel is the other half.
I couldn't agree more. I'm also focusing on digital storytelling this year.
It seems like we both have a passion for helping people express their inner selves.
We do, and that's why I moved into this field from my previous job in marketing.
Oh, you were in marketing before this?
I was, but I felt like I was selling products instead of helping people.
That transition must have required a lot of courage.
It did, but it led me here, talking to you and our amazing audience.
It's funny how our origin and job are always changing as we grow.
That's the beauty of it. You can reinvent your introduction whenever you want.
So for anyone watching, don't feel stuck in your current description.
Use your English to describe the person you are becoming.
That is the best advice we could give today.
I'm glad we could share these deeper parts of our lives today, Maya.
Me too, Alex. It makes me feel much more connected to you and the viewers.
Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to explain why we structured today's conversation the way we did. We didn't just chat randomly. There was a specific design to help you, and here are the 4 key benefits you get from mastering this technique. First, let's talk about the confidence boost. I know many of you stay silent in social situations because you are terrified of making a grammar mistake. You think you need perfect English to be heard. But notice in our dialogue, it wasn't about complex grammar, it was about connection. This lesson proves that if you have a good story, people will listen to you, not judge your grammar. We want to shift your mindset from fear of mistakes to joy of sharing. Second, we gave you the past, present, future framework. This is your secret weapon. When someone says, "Tell me about yourself," your mind often goes blank, right? That's because you don't have a map. This framework is your map. You start with your past, your origin, you move to your present, your current role, and you finish with your future, your goals. When you use this structure, you will never get lost in a sentence again. Third, this is about vocabulary expansion. Basic English gets the job done, but it doesn't leave an impression. Instead of saying simple words like "I work" or "I live," we introduced you to high-level terms like bridge builder, industrial, transition, and fascinated. These aren't just bigger words, they are emotional words. They paint a picture in the listener's mind and make you sound instantly more professional and fluent. And finally, social intelligence. This is the advanced skill. Did you notice how Maya and I didn't just talk about ourselves? We listened. We waited for a hook, a small detail, and we asked a follow-up question. This lesson teaches you that an introduction isn't a monologue, it's a tennis match. You hit the ball and you wait for it to come back. This keeps the conversation flowing naturally without those awkward silences. So please, don't just watch this video once. Meaningful communication takes practice. Use these 4 tools, and I promise your next introduction will be unforgettable.
Wow, what a journey we went through today. Remember, your name is just the beginning. Your story is what people will remember.
Practice your own deep introduction in the comments below. Tell us where you are from, what you do, and one thing you are passionate about. We will be reading and replying.
If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for day 2 of our 50-day journey.
And that brings us to the end of today's conversation. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Yes, we truly appreciate you for listening. We hope today's talk gave you something positive to think about.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow, like, or subscribe to our podcast.
And feel free to share it with someone who might need this conversation today.
We'll be back very soon with another meaningful discussion.
Until then, take care of yourself, stay positive, talk to you next time. Goodbye.